Detroit at Arizona. I feel like you have a strong opinion on this game. I have no feel for this one.
Yeah, I like Arizona. I like the way they're playing. On the opposite side, Detroit, they have not looked in sync and rhythm in 2 weeks. Even against that Rams team, which we just talked about, has all those injuries all banged up. They took them to OT. I mean, that was right there for the Rams to win that game. So I have major questions about Detroit, where Arizona, I mean, you look back on it, that was probably the best loss of the season, right? That game against the Bills. Like they were in that game. He had Marvin Harris open. He should have hit him and to win that game for that Arizona team. They followed up with just a dominant performance against the Rams. I think it was the highest QBR game for a quarterback in, I don't know, 2 or 3 years, what we saw Kyler Murray do. And I love Marvin Harris's quote after the game. They were like, "Oh, you had this amazing game, 4 for 130." And he said, "Well, I just saw the stat box, and Kyler had 4 incompletions. Those 4 incompletions were to me. So I need to get better." And it's like, that's what I want to hear from a first year player that just had a career game, right? Over 130 yards of 2 touchdowns. Most young rookies are just drinking that in, where he's kind of just trying to get better. So I love all of it with Arizona. Like I love them coming to the year. Maybe I'm getting drinking the Kool-Aid too much because they're the other side of it, right, Chad? They are 2-0 against the spread. Usually I don't buy heavy because they kind of at that point, the market's kind of adjusted too much to them and they're a little overvalued. It's only moved half a point, right? It was 3.5. It's down to 3. The books are getting nice two-way action on this one. So I think the general public still thinks this is the better team in Detroit, which I think we all agree, right, Chad? They have a better offense and defense.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, that's my view of it, of like, okay, there is a reason to back Detroit here. I get why people are taking the -3, -3.5 on this Detroit team. I just view it as Arizona is always going to have us in this game, Chad. Like we've seen it from this secondary of Detroit. They haven't fixed all their issues despite spending money and going out and getting guys and through the draft. There are still ways you can attack this Detroit secondary. So yeah, I am agree with everyone. Detroit is a better team. If this was week 11, week 12, once Detroit figures it all out and they get in rhythm, I probably would back them here. At this point in the season, Arizona to me looks more in sync, more confident in what they're going to do on offense than this Detroit. So I'll take the +3 with Arizona here.
Yeah, they feel like a team where Kyler and Marvin Harris, Marvin Harris will figure out the chemistry very quickly. If the Lions can't get right against this defense and this secondary, then we've got much bigger problems than how are we betting on the
Yeah.
Lions as favorites every week? That's my hesitation. It feels like it would be an aggressive contest play. Very aggressive contest play. Although it's possible we're still going to make aggressive contest plays.